Welcome back to Toledo's most watched 9 a.m. show. Good day.
It's a question no one seems to have the answer to. What do you do with a drunken sailor? I'm getting us started here.
You are.
Even if you don't know the answer, the question usually ends up as a sing-along.
Okay, so someone who might have the answer, though, in a song is Brad Pierson. So, Brad, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Now, you have challenged us because you don't have your crew with you today.
Your
That's
whatever
right.
and ever amen choir.
That's right. The last time I was here, I brought a few people with me to sing. They were unavailable this morning.
Okay.
So it's just me. Just me.
All right.
That is
I'm ready.
okay.
So will your voice carry it solo?
I mean, I'm ready to sing. You know, I told you before we came on air, I talked to your producer, Wendy, and said, bring everybody out, camera guys, the crew, all the people behind the scenes, and she thought that was a good idea, and then I got here this morning, and apparently that's not happening, which means you two got to sing
We've got to
with
do
me
it.
loudly.
We've got Mark back there. He's going to help us.
Can you help Mark?
I know he will.
Yeah, we should look for Ryan
I see
somewhere,
somebody back
too.
there on a computer.
I
They can
know,
come out and sing with us.
we'll get him. We can get Ryan out here.
Right.
Okay, so you have been here once before. For folks who maybe they missed that episode, you're doing an event at Earnest Brew Works coming up on Sunday, Monday? Yeah?
Sunday and Monday,
Yeah. What is this all about?
Right. So Whatever It Ever Amen is a project-based choir, and we do all kinds of different events, but one of the things that we've become well known for in Toledo is this Song and Drink series that we do. Takes place at Earnest. We've got 5 events throughout the year. This is the end of that. It is our Sea Shanties event, and so basically people are going to come out Sunday night, Monday night, and we'll pack the bar with people, and you don't need to know how to sing. You don't need to know any of these songs. We teach you everything you need to know, and you grab a few beers, and we sing together and just make a lot of noise, and that's pretty much it.
That's it. So for people at home, maybe they're not familiar with this. Can you give us a little background, a little history, origin of this type of performance?
Sea Shanties basically came about because people were on boats for a long period of time doing a lot of work, and so there's lots of different kinds of sea shanties, some that were used to just pass the time, some that are really rhythmic that are actually used to help do the work, right? It's a work song, and so it's part of the kind of the timing of that monotonous work that you're doing, and so there's all kinds of different shanties, but we sort of came to it as just what would people like to get together and sing in a bar, and you know, a few years ago Wellerman got really big on social media, TikTok and the like, and so that's when people know, and we thought, well, maybe the sea shanties thing is a thing people would dig. And, so we're going on, I don't know, our 4th or 5th year of doing this event.
Awesome. And, it gets loud too.
It does get loud. 70 people in a bar on a Sunday or Monday night in downtown Toledo is a lot of folks, and they're ready to. You get a couple beers in them.
A little liquor.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, you do get pints with your ticket to this event. You're probably going to want to bring some change because you might want a couple more.
Yeah, we usually spend a few hours at the bar, so it's a good time.
There's a splash factor to this as well, too.
I think so. Yeah, you got to raise a glass in the air and make a little bit of a mess. Yeah.
But it's a good time, and I know the event on Sunday is sold out, but there are tickets still available for Monday.
Correct. Still have tickets on Monday. People can find those through our social media channels. Our website's whateverchoir.org. Yeah, we've got lots of tickets available still for Monday, but still going to be a great crowd, and we're really pumped up, and a couple of fun nights.
Okay,
we're really
in a
excited.
new studio, not a bar.
Yeah.
We did have beer, but we can't drink it.
I know.
Right.
But we can sing.
I know. I can't
Can
believe Scott left and took all the beer with him.
He took all the beer with him. Okay, so walk us through this, because as you said, you don't have to come in and know the words and all this stuff, because you're going to teach these songs.
Right. So there's 4 of us that sing on these song and drink events, and we handle the verses. We sing all the verses kind of as a solo. We're spread out around the bar, but we teach everybody the chorus that they have to sing, and then they just sing along kind of as they feel comfortable. So I'm going to teach you the chorus. We're going to sing a song this morning called Nelson's Blood, and the song is it's an interesting one. So it's based on Lord Admiral Nelson, who was a British naval officer, and he died out at battle, and they had to bring his. This is a weird 9 a.m. conversation. They had to bring his body back home, and so to preserve his body for the trip, they put it in a barrel of booze. Brandy, rum.
That would work.
So Nelson's Blood now is a term both for recognizing his bravery. So a drop of Nelson's blood is like a little bit of bravery or courage. But also it's a nickname for rum because, as you might imagine, on a long voyage, there's a limited amount of booze, and the legend sort of is that perhaps
they broke into the barrel.
and drank the.
Yeah.
They're a little
Anyway,
desperate.
so this is Nelson's Blood is the name of the song.
little desperate there, but okay.
You do what you got to do on a ship, long trip.
It's a long trip, yeah.
So the chorus goes like this. We'll roll the old chariot along, we'll roll the old chariot along, we'll roll the old chariot along, and we'll all hang on behind.
And we'll all hang on behind.
Right, so we do the we'll roll 3 times,
Okay.
and then we'll all hang on behind, and that's the chorus. You got
All
it?
right.
That sounds great.
Okay.
That
yeah.
sounds really great.
All right.
We'd be all right if the wind was in our sails. We'd be all right if the wind was in our sails. We'd be all right if the wind was in our sails. And we'll all hang on behind. We'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. And we'll all hang on behind. A nice fat cook wouldn't do us any harm. A nice fat cook wouldn't do us any harm. A nice fat cook wouldn't do us any harm. And we'll all hang on behind. We'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. And we'll all hang on behind. A drop of Nelson's blood wouldn't do us any harm. A drop of Nelson's blood wouldn't do us any harm. A drop of Nelson's blood might do a little harm. And we'll all hang on behind. We'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. And we'll all hang on behind. We got one more.
Okay, let's do it.
One more beer wouldn't do us any harm. Just one morning beer wouldn't do us any harm. A good day beer wouldn't do us any harm. And we'll all hang on behind. We'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. And we'll all hang on behind.
All right.
Sounds great.
Someone
Give
clap
us a
for us.
clap.
I can remember that last
Yes.
line.
That's
but it worked out. Great.
If you mess up, it's not a
it's all right.
Here's the thing is we always tell people the more beer you have, the better we sound, right?
Yeah.
And it works for the audience too. You start to forget, it's a good night. We don't expect that everybody's going to come out and sing perfectly, but it's a real great community building event. It's a great way to come out, 70 strangers and make a little bit of music and great camaraderie.
Put your phone down and have a good time.
I think we sound pretty good about it.
so,
I think it sounded great.
Pretty solid.
Would have been better if Scott had left a few of those beers for us, but
Probably. So tickets available for Monday.
Tickets are available for Monday.
Take advantage of that, and you have something coming up in June too.
We do, yeah, really exciting. So I told you that a lot of what we do in Toledo is these song and drink events, the kind of more casual thing. June 12th, we're doing a very a much more formal concert. We've sort of tongue-in-cheek called it Fancy Sounds because it is different than the more casual events that we do. But it's going to be at the Glass City Pavilion at the Glass City Metro Park. Evening overlooking sunset and the Maumee River, downtown Toledo. And 16 singers going to be doing a lot of contemporary choral music. There will be a couple of sing-alongs, but there's going to be a cocktail hour preceding and a reception following. So should be great. And it's a free concert. We recommend that people reserve their space because it is somewhat limited seating. But free concert and something a little bit different than what most people in Toledo are used to hearing from us. So it should be a good
Thanks
time.
for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate
We'll
it.
be back with more good
break.
day. We'll be back with more good day.
I like that one, Steve.